So, yeah, you read the title right. Ant-Man 1. Why I'm not talking about Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings? Two reasons, actually. Because one, it turned out it's a Phase 3 movie because the Trevor, who played the Mandarin, is in it, captured by whoever the villain is in Shang-Chi. The other thing is, until something builds on this movie, that movie, I mean Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, I do not accept it as an MCU movie. Because, you know, yeah, okay, there are the 10 magical rings and some kind of Son Goku plot. Who cares? I don't care if this is Mulan or I don't know what this is. I don't really. I saw their dragons and stuff. Sure, why not? But, and this is a but. I want to see rings at the very least on the commanders of the Ten Ring. I don't want to see just these 10 frisbees, what they were on their forearm. That's that's not what the Ten Ring was supposed to be. They also were supposed to be an Asian organization. They shouldn't be in the USA, they shouldn't be in Australia, they shouldn't be everywhere knocking down governments or whatever. Because if they knock down governments in Asia, I don't know what kind of governments they knocked off, because China is famously stable. Country. I'm sorry, that was my cat. Yeah. So I just have no idea what is what was the idea behind this. Who approves these movies to go into production? Because that guy is a moron or gal. So that's about Shang-Chi. And this could be the Inhumans series. I plan it to watch 2 to 4 episodes today and the rest tomorrow. But as you can see, this is not the Inhumans series review, reaction, call it whatever you want, recap. Because I started watching and I was like watching out of my skull for like 10 minutes, and I was, what the fuck I am watching? Because now in the series the Inhumans have a king and queen and some butches going on, and I'm not sure what's with the moon. It seems the palace is both on the moon and in Hawaii. I have no idea. In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were strictly on Earth, most likely in China, and their leader was this regenerating woman who is definitely not have Wolverine power. And there were some elders mentioned who we never saw, but What what was the idea behind this? This seems like some departments, just like with Iron Man 3. And pretty much the direction for Iron Man 3 was do whatever you want, just don't make anything that's lasting. Then they went and did this Age of Ultron thing. What's the big idea? It looks like Disney Marvel is like a very dysfunctional company where the sections of the organization, I don't know what's the English word here, are not communicating with each other. There is no supervisor for the franchise. It's a big mess. There is no coordinating power. Why? You really need like one guy who supervises the finalizing script and makes just the bare necessary notes that this date has to change because of this event was established in the franchise, and you do, and like that character can't have that name, whatever. It seems to be because I've worked for all kind of too many companies. All of them are dysfunctional. There is nowhere a rational mind there. It's just idiots everywhere. Either way, so let's talk about this Ant movie. Ant-Man is a very street level guy. Sure, he has some power that can be useful, but this is just a heist movie. And look, if the whole industry building just implodes at the end, what was the point of all the sub steps before that? Just put the explosive there and get out. By the way, those explosives what were C4? Those are explosives, not implosives. So what was going on there? I didn't even get the death of the yellow jacket either. Why it imploded into itself? But fine, do whatever. The worst part of that is again we miss a villain. Again we get two more heroes and don't get any more villains. It's just that's a problem at this point. And at this point, you definitely will notice that these heroes are just fighting themselves, except the Hulk. I'm sorry, but Captain America fought itself, Thor fought itself, Ant-Man fought itself. What was there? Iron Man fought itself. The Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, not fought themselves. They are too diverse group. Even the fucking Shield fought itself. So this starts to be boring. And I forgot why, but I had probably during the second half of the second season of Agent of Shield that Marvel is past its peak. I forgot why, but and it will still definitely make money, but it's the cracks are starting to show. Otherwise, this is a fun movie, but Ant-Man really belongs to the Defenders level stuff. It's a TV series guy, not a Marvel movie level, but Marvel at this point did not have TV series options. Everybody else was doing them for them. Anyway, how about we take a look at what was, phase 2. Phase 2 was a big pile of nothing burger. Thor the Dark World, sure, whatever, there really was no development. We added the Guardians of the Galaxy, sure, great, we now are in space if you want. Iron Man 3, that exists. Captain America Winter Soldier is like some Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. extension or something like that. Or an Avengers movie. It really doesn't affect anything in itself. Avengers Age of Ultron. You can nail it down as the next Avengers movie, but it doesn't feel anything other than a bunch of sequels, some more character additions, and unfortunately only heroes. So I just have no idea what is going on here. But, at least they can point out that we have an Avengers movie, so that we can say that's an end point. And if we look at the chart, yeah, that's an end point for the phase 2, except with Ant-Man, which plays out after the Age of Ultron, and its post-credit scene. Ooh, its post-credit scene. Its post-credit scene plays out after Civil War. I don't know why this was the airing order. I don't know why this is the segmentation of the phases. But this is not good. This is at best mediocre. It's stable, like Scooby-Doo. Okay, maybe that's 5 out of 10 on the average level. Then the MCU is, let's say, 6 out of 10 if we are making an average. Some movies are 3 out of 10, some are 8 out of 10 if we are generous, but let's say 6 out of 10, on the technical aspect and the world building, sure, I can give it a 6 out of 10. But it's not more. So it will be interesting to see what comes in phase 3. And I tell you what comes just by looking at the Wikipedia page. A big bloat of meth. That's what's coming.